And now, WJCL News, working for you.
WJCL News is on the air now with breaking news. You're looking at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport in Atlanta, where there have been 2 grounded flights after a bomb scare this afternoon. You can see at the top left of your screen those emergency vehicles still on the runway there. Good evening. You're watching WJCL News at 6 o'clock. I'm Megan Schiller. We've been following all aspects of this breaking news out of the Atlanta airport all afternoon. Both the FBI and Hartsfield-Jackson Airport confirms that officials grounded 2 flights this afternoon for possible bomb threats. WJCL News is working for you tonight, though, with team coverage. WJCL's Ashley Lincoln is the only local reporter on the ground there in Atlanta. She actually helped break the story this afternoon. And WJCL's Brandon Lavornia is at the Savannah airport tracking possible delays here at home. Let's begin, though, with Ashley, who joins us live now on the phone. And Ashley, you've been there all afternoon. So what did the
That's right, Megan. We got the call shortly around 3 p.m. this afternoon about the possible bomb threat. Currently, I am live outside of Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, outside of fire station number 33, and that's where they were holding those passengers. And just about all the passengers have just left this fire station. The shuttle buses were taking them back over to the airport from this location, if you take a look at the video that's playing on your screen. But to get to the information, the FBI confirms that there were unexpected planes in the air around Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport today. Now, they had to bring in jet fighters by NORAD to escort 2 airlines bound for Atlanta that were subject of credible bomb threats. Now, Agent Stephen Emmett with the FBI confirms that Delta Flight 1156 that we understand is from Portland, Oregon, and Southwest Flight 2492 from Milwaukee landed safely today. He said all passengers on both flights will be individually searched and interviewed by the FBI agents or members of the Joint Terrorism Task Force. Now, Emmett also said airline officials receiving the threats deemed them as credible and responded to that initial assessment accordingly. Now, Atlanta police spokeswoman says that an APD bomb techs and explosive detective dogs did help check the airplane for possible bombs. And we did some digging ourselves, and we found a tweet under the Twitter handle of King Zortic. And it said, as part of a nationwide statement agreement, a bomb was placed on SWA 2492. It will be denotated at a random time of my choosing. And we found another tweet saying, at Delta Assist, I have a bomb on one of your planes, but I forgot which one when I left the airport. Can you help me find it? And another tweet said it was from Portland to Atlanta. Now, the FBI, as I mentioned earlier, is leading this investigation. And at this point right now, they have not confirmed if they found any bombs on any of those aircraft. We're still following any leads that we get, and we will update you as soon as possible in WJCL News. But again, both of those airplanes did land safely. All of the passengers were taken from this holding facility, as I mentioned, fire station number 33, right outside of the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, and taken back over to the airport. But again, we will update you with more information. But for now, reporting in Atlanta, Ashley Lincoln for WJCL News.
Thanks so much, Ashley. We're also, though, working for you right here in Savannah. We continue our team coverage with WJCL's Brandon Lavornia. He joins us live from outside the Savannah Hilton Head International Airport with more. Brandon, how's it looking out there?
Well, Megan, if you look behind me, there's no planes grounded except for the one behind me that actually just landed. You know, passengers I spoke with say they were pretty concerned when they heard the news coming out of Atlanta. Now, the ones that were being delayed here, however, were delayed by weather. You know, currently there was about 3 flights being delayed to New York and Philadelphia. An arriving flight from Philadelphia was also being delayed, but again, that was from weather. Now, the 5 p.m. flight from Savannah to Atlanta was on time despite closures along the Atlanta airport in terms of runways. Passengers inside that I spoke with, you know, were concerned when they heard the news. Like I said, one said she's glad security measures, though, were in place to respond to such threats.
Scary. It's just, you know, I guess it's a realization of what's going on around us, especially what's going on in France and here. New York, we have always getting bomb threats, so it's nothing new, especially in the subway system. So it's life, I guess.
Now, again, everything is fine right now. The delays here are to New York and Philadelphia, and it's due to snow going on up there, but we'll continue to track these stories going on the rest of the night. Live at the Savannah Hilton Head Airport, I'm Brandon Livornia for WJCL News, working for you.
Thanks, Brandon. And WJCL News will continue to bring you the latest updates both online and tonight at 10 and 11. So in the meantime, be sure to check WJCL.com for all the latest updates. WJCL's weekend meteorologist Samara Theodore here tracking the weekend forecast for us. Hopefully we won't get any of that weather that some of those delayed planes saw.
I know, and it was pretty nasty out there yesterday as we head into the weekend, but things got significantly better, and guess what? They're going to stay that way. Let's go ahead and take a look right now at our maps. You're checking out the live radar for the coastal empire and low country. Notice how dry it is compared to what we saw yesterday. It was just a mess out there. Thankfully, that weather has passed through. Now tonight, we've got an interesting weather headline. It's going to be breezy, and it's actually going to be kind of cool. Temps are going to drop into the mid-30s for most of us. And as far as current temps are concerned, well, here's a look. We are at 52 degrees right now in Savannah, fairly mild. Further inland in the 40s, 49 in Metter, 49 in Sylvania, and 50 down towards Midway. Now stay tuned because later on in the show, we're going to talk about your Storm Tracker weather headlines, which include the cool weather that we're going to be seeing at night over the next couple of days, sunny all week, and finally how breezy it'll be if you're planning on headed downtown. That's it for now. Megan, back to you.
Samara. Well, the search is over for a missing Wayne County man. Police say they found his body this afternoon in a creek about 3 miles from his home. Merrill Jean Dubberly went missing about 4 or 5 days ago. The 85-year-old suffered from Alzheimer's and dementia. The Wayne County Sheriff tells us today he doesn't expect any foul play was involved, but the man's body was sent off to the crime lab just to be sure. The Sheriff's office says that their thoughts do go out to the Dubberly's family in this difficult time. And 2 local men are wanted for skipping out on child support. Kenneth Evans is 5'9" and 155 pounds. He's wanted for skipping out on $6 grand for 3 children. He last lived on 3rd Street in the Garden City. And the guy on your right, Cody LaVar, he's 5'7", weighs about 170 pounds. He's wanted for $14,000 for 2 children. He last lived on Montclair Boulevard. If you know where these guys are, you are asked to call police right away. And a warning to all women in Bluffton. Officers in Bluffton are investigating reports of a suspicious person. 2 women tell police that a man followed them on a bicycle on a jogging trail near Buckwalter and Bluffton Parkway. It all happened on Saturday and Monday. Each woman was approached and talked to the man, who is accused of making inappropriate contact with the victims. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Bluffton police right away. Also in Bluffton, 3 Bluffton High School students have been charged, accused of starting a rumor about an attack at the school. The rumor circulated Thursday, saying that someone was going to bring a gun into school that day. The Bluffton High resource officer interviewed students and tracked down 3 students who actually admitted to the rumor. However, they say they had no actual plans to follow through, but as a precaution, the school had additional officers on hand yesterday. All 3 students there, who will not be identified because of their ages, they're going to be charged with 1 count of disturbing a school. And new information on a story we broke Thursday night right here on WJCL News at 5. Officers have identified a man who was shot last night near Waters and Park in Savannah. Jamario Peria was shot on Park Avenue before walking to the WW Law Center to get help. He was taken to Memorial Hospital, though he is expected to be okay. But Metro police officers today say they are still looking for the gunman. And twin autistic boys died in a fire early Friday morning in Tifton, Georgia. Their mom and sister made it out of the house okay. Police, though, say the women and the neighbors were able to pull the twins to the porch and away from the fire, but it was too late. The boys were just 12 years old. The cause of the fire is still unknown, but investigators say they don't suspect anything suspicious. The house didn't have any smoke detectors at all. And another story WJCL has been following for months. It's official. Savannah will build a new central police precinct. We've learned the sale on property on MLK went through, and as we reported, 20 people had to be moved out of their homes in order for the city to make this purchase. It's going to take 2 years to finish the new precinct. And right now, the city spends $5,000 a month in rent for the precinct. Well, coming up after the break, if your child goes to public school in South Carolina, we got some bad news to report. Hear why the state's report card isn't passing. Plus, St. Patrick's Day, just 51 days away, but it falls on a Tuesday this year, confusing some people. See how city businesses are figuring out how long the festivities are going to last.